Continuing the weekend on here, Chair Shot Reality. Of course, we look forward to announcing coming up this week our new destination, as it's been a great run here in WrestleZone, but we'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. Josh Eisenberg joining me from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Josh, another detour for the Hardys since the return. You know, we had the detour a few months ago, the Revival getting hurt right when that stuff was starting to pick up between the Revival and Hardys. Of course, there's always been the legal detour of not having the broken gimmick, and now Jeff Hardy injured his shoulder, looks to be out probably at least until WrestleMania season, but definitely for the rest of the calendar year. So what does that mean? We now have solo Matt Hardy.
Solo Matt Hardy. Justin was one of our favorite Matt Hardys from his days in Ring of Honor, being Money Matt, all the way to doing the broken gimmick in TNA, and now he has the opportunity to be on his own, which, you know, I really wanted to see the Hardys hold the championships for a long time, because arguably the most over tag team, but it's hard to argue that Sheamus, Cesaro, and Ambrose and Rollins haven't put on great matches, as you saw at No Mercy. It is time now for Matt Hardy, as he's been teasing, as he's been promoting, to be woke. And I want Matt Hardy to strip the Hardy Boys gimmick. I want Matt Hardy to suffer a few losses. Let Matt Hardy realize what is going on. Maybe I can't succeed without Jeff. And then wake up and realize that he is a prime candidate to be in a lengthy and very interesting and intriguing feud with The Miz. This is not a hit on Matt Hardy. I can't, you know, it'd be interesting if Matt Hardy would get a main event championship level, and I think he has that ability and that potential because he's always been one of the most consistent performers in the ring. But The Miz has not had a lengthy, presentable, and an interesting feud in all of 2017. You know, he had the Dolph Ziggler thing, a little bit that really got the people behind him, and the people really got invested in Dolph Ziggler. But if you want something different from The Miz, if you want something different than Matt Hardy, put those two guys together and put a mid-card championship each and every single week to have meaning and to have importance and develop both of their characters on a completely different level.
Well, certainly if the Hardys were together 10 years ago and Jeff Hardy got injured and left Matt be solo, there might not be as positive of an outlook, just because obviously everybody can tell you that you know, Matt's stock as a single star has grown tremendously since his departure from his first WWE run and doing all the things as you outlined with Ring of Honor, with TNA. So if you're WWE, obviously you want to have the Hardys together, but maybe this is a blessing in disguise, because obviously the Hardys, they were great nostalgia act. It was great to see them come back at WrestleMania. They're kind of hitting some of the cities that they haven't hit in many years, having been with WWE. But maybe this is what was needed, because maybe this is what the fans want. Maybe the fans want to have the Hardys separate because they both have something to offer as single stars. I think The Miz, it's interesting you say that. Obviously, he's one of the best heels WWE has, so it would be a great dynamic of having one of the best heels against Matt, who still gets one of the biggest pops on this reunion tour. But I agree with you. I think we're going to see some woke, some awakening, if you will. And I think no better person to try to bring that out of him. It would be fresh matchup. Of course, we can all see the smoke and mirrors that could be done, and maybe it would be what's needed for true relevance and excitement. I think Bray Wyatt's the guy to bring that out of Matt Hardy. I think Bray Wyatt's the guy who can push and prod and poke at Matt Hardy. And obviously, you know, there was a lot of comparisons drawn before Matt and Jeff came back to WWE. When Matt and Jeff did, you know, their final deletion and were fighting from their property in Carolina, and then we've seen Wyatt do things, House of Horrors match, fought the New Day out in a field somewhere. So there's a lot of parallels there with Bray Wyatt and with the certain type of character that we're all asking for with Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. You know, as you know, we'll talk more about, you know, what's next for Braun Strowman. That could be another thing as well. We talk about with Bray Wyatt. But I can't disagree with you, Justin. I don't know if Bray Wyatt can get everything out of Matt Hardy that we want. Bray Wyatt does the same thing over and over again, and I fear that we saw the Demon King, and neither of us are really that interested in Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. So my question is, what's going to be different this time? Are we going to have another Wyatt family member in Matt Hardy? Like, what's different this time, Justin, in your mind, that this can work when it didn't work with somebody as unique as the Demon?
Well, I think it's because I think it's how you just phrased it. You just said, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't know if Bray Wyatt can get what we want to get out of Matt Hardy. I think Matt Hardy can get what we need to get out of Bray Wyatt, if that answers your question.
But what else does Bray Wyatt have to offer to us? And I've been a supporter of Wyatt for a long time. I saw his debut in Baltimore 4 years ago. But I don't know what Bray Wyatt can do by himself, that is. If he has the Wyatt family, that presents a completely different dynamic. I just don't know what Matt Hardy or Bray Wyatt can do for each other to make either of them more important than they already are. It seems like Bray Wyatt's just stuck in promo, above average pay-per-view match, promo, above average pay-per-view match. That's what we've gotten from Wyatt for the past year.
Sure, it looks like he's in promo purgatory, but I think if we let Matt Hardy get a hold of the creative reins of this and get into Vince's ear and everybody else's ear, I think if anybody can do it, and I don't even know how to articulate it because maybe it's something we can't even think about. And come up with. I don't know. I think Matt Hardy could maybe pull out of Bray Wyatt what we really need to get. But of course, we'd love to hear your debate. You can chime in on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Comment below, share, like. Coming up next, Josh and I will wrap the weekend up asking what's next for the monster among men. Don't go anywhere.